It is a typing-based remake of House of the Dead 3, which is usually a light gun game. But instead of pointing and shooting, we're going to, excuse me, we're going to be typing away on our keyboards. Timer is going to start when we skip the opening cutscene. So I'll give you a little bit of a countdown, but I'm going to go ahead and get the cutscene started here, and then we can talk a little bit more about how the run, or I guess how the games are different, as well as a comparison to Typing the Dead 1 once we get underway. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go! So this introductory chapter, we're going to see this section of the game again a little bit later on. It's going to be much more difficult. The difficulty spike in going to the last chapter is absolutely massive. But right now it's not going to be too bad. It's going to help us get used to, I would say the controls, but just get used to seeing it type into words and a different type of zombies and how they react to your typing speed. Because you'll see that there are quite a lot of zombies that are going to have very long words attached to them. And for those, if I maintain a good typing speed, I should be able to clear it all in one go. But if I am not on, I think like rank A speed, whatever the game considers rank 8 speed to be, it'll sort of break apart that one enemy into multiple enemies, which is really nice because it means, you know, I don't take damage if I type slow, but it is almost certainly going to reset quite a bit of my progress. So not only am I typing slow in that case, I'm having to type what I was typing slowly more or less all over again. So this being very consistent is absolutely vital, because any kind of dip in your typing speed can really cause a time lapse to just grow and grow exponentially, and your progress will collapse on itself very quickly if you can't keep a steady pace. You'll also notice as we get into the first real level, if you will, now that we're out of the tutorial, one of the biggest differences between playing with a light gun and playing with a keyboard is I don't have to see what I'm shooting at. I like that coin that I'm shooting there, getting bonus points off of. It's off the screen, but I don't have to see it to hit it. I can just even face roll my keyboard, and if I hit the key that's, if I hit the letter that's on that coin, I'm gonna get my hit and my bonus points and build up my combo towards an extra life. You're also gonna notice that when zombies kind of jump in from off screen, obviously they don't spawn in as soon as you see them. They spawn in a little bit off screen and then move into place. But as soon as they spawn in off screen, that word's gonna pop up and let me get a jump start on attacking them for, let's say, a light gun player would be able to even aim. On the flip side though, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how these vultures in particular work with a light gun. I know in Typing of the Dead, they really very quickly gum up the works. And if the yen symbol appears on any of those vultures, I have a Bluetooth Japanese keyboard off to the side here, specifically to hit the yen key, because sometimes the backspace, not the backspace, the backslash key, that's supposed to be my yen key on my keyboard settings right now, just isn't the yen key. It just doesn't want to do it. So I invested in a full Japanese keyboard just in case. I started typing, what I didn't mean to, F. There's the F key. There we go. If I type the right letter, I'll target the right zombie. One of the other differences between Typing the Dead 2 and Typing the Dead 1 is I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if I want to kind of hijack my run to see, is it's a lot harder to change targets in this one. Hopefully I'm not going to have to actually put that to the test though. There we go. But these are the zombies I was talking about earlier, where if I don't keep a consistent typing speed, they're gonna break up and make me redo quite a bit of typing. Wow.
Calm down there.
And this big old boss. We keep chipping away at his health meter. He has a ton of health. So we're just chipping away as we run here. And you can also see that bosses have GM, there we go, 2 life meters. The longer one on top's their, I'll just say their real health meter. I'm sure there's a more fancy way of saying it. That's their real health meter. The second smaller health meter on the bottom is kind of tracking that particular phase of the encounter. And I'm not actually dealing damage until I clear that entire bottom health bar, and then it'll chip away at the top health bar. And of course, now I'm through the boss fight, so I'm talking about something we're a little bit behind here. But when we get to the boss fight on this one, it'll also be a little bit more apparent, because this one's going to be a multiple choice test, which is great because I have no idea what I'm reading here. In case you're under the impression I know enough Japanese to know what I'm reading or typing here, I absolutely do not. It's going to make the multiple choice quiz coming up a whole lot of fun. Get inside. And at some point in the stage, we'll also see our first genre dictionary. And speaking of items, I'm not getting the best item RNG so far. So on my F1 key, that first item there, that purple jelly, that's really nice. I can throw that out and the game will, by some method, choose one of the zombies on the screen and take it out for me. I won't have to type the word, I can just throw my purple jelly at it.
Lisa, back me up.
My 2 stopwatches there slow down time. It's great. It puts the game into slow mode, which is absolutely fantastic if I wasn't, on the clock. And therein is kind of the problem there. There we go. So I need to get rid of those in a way where I'm going to lose as little time as possible for using them, because it really is just going to put everything into slow mode. 5. We're on our bonus life cap, which is nice. Most of the way I'm going to get my extra lives in this is by helping my partner avoid damage when he gets attacked. And I've absolutely been on point with those today. Not the biggest reason why I'm having so much more luck with this than the last time I ran. Oh, hold on, one more time. Is for the leaderboard for speedruns for Typing of the Dead 2, you can use any difficulty settings you like, and I was not on the easy mode, which made it much harder to save my partner, which made it much harder to rack up extra lives. Again, that's one of those things where I could still finish the run, but if I'm using more continues on the final boss, I'm obviously losing more time than I otherwise should be. You find home road here. Here's our genre dictionary, which means for a short period of time, all the phrases I'm going to type have something in common. In Typing of the Dead 1, for example, it might put all produce in, or I know for Typing of the Dead 2, for Japanese, it's got different, various Japanese greetings, Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa. And if it's something like that where I happen to maybe know what some of them are going to be, it can be a little bit helpful to kind of be able to predict what words are coming up. Sometimes the genre is short phrases with many punctuation marks in it, and that's not very helpful at when you have to go and find all of your symbol keys in the middle of typing. There we go. And yes, the boss fight here is oh, the multiple choices next chapter. I was a little bit ahead of myself. This boss fight's against the zombie boss Sloth here. It's very long phrases to type for this phrase of the fight. And to shake the cage. And when we look up at the sky, here's where I can drop my stopwatches, because all the targets I need to hit for that cycle go live at the same time. All the words are right there on the screen. They're in very, very small font, but they're all there. So putting it into slow mode doesn't actually slow down my progress there. It's just giving me a little bit more time to deal damage before, you know, I presumably get hit. And as you can see, I do have limited inventory space. So if I don't want these stopwatches, I do need to get rid of them to make room for better items. Okay. On top of the purple jelly, which takes out one target, there's also an item that can just do a full screen wipe. They got all the zombies on the screen. Come on, come on. And then for items that we don't really get to see in the run, but I can add them to my starting kit if I wanted to in options, there is an item called God Mode, or God Hands, I believe, where every letter you type is the correct letter. You don't have to even read what's on the screen. You can just keep mashing away in the keyboard, and that really lets you peer through the zombies very, very quickly. But since that's not really something you run into in a normal playthrough, even though I could add to the inventory, I don't know if we've come together as a community. There's just 3 or 4 of us running this game. I'll decide whether or not we should add one. If bringing one along for the run would be permissible. I don't even think it respawns if you use multiple credits. I think you just get however many you have equipped at the start, and I think it even caps you to just the one. But I didn't bring it with me, just because I don't know if we want to add that to the run or not. Oops. Alright, I don't want to be getting hit here. Let's look down. There we go. Another genre dictionary. Oh, yes, so this is the one with all the punctuation in it. Okay, good. In Typing of the Dead 1, even if there is punctuation, it's been a while since I actually run it. I don't think you have to type most of it, other than if it's a question and ends in like a question mark or a exclamation point. You can ignore spaces and commas, I'm pretty sure, in that game. That is absolutely not the case here.
These things are getting on my nerves.
I should have done those in the other order, and I probably would have been able to help him out there and pick up my extra life. We'll be okay. Zombie Guiles at the top of the stairs here. They look like Guile from Street Fighter. At least to me, they look like Guile from Street Fighter. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Type 883 the Sun. This boss fight is a boss fight that has a multiple choice quiz component to it. So let's get into the game here. We're going to pick what genre we're going to be working with. Office. About the office. couple of greetings, it looks like. And now we're going to pick the shortest answer. Or at least one that looks like the easiest type. And hey, that was the right answer, so we got a little bit of extra chip damage in. And you'll have to take out one of those tentacles this time. Set up two at a time, actually. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. That's just a little time loss, unfortunately. And then for that last cycle there, if you make a typo, you take damage and you lose a chance to deal damage. And now we're back at the start, back at the top of the cycle here. So I'm gonna pick another genre. And this question, I think, could end the fight, maybe. If I had gotten it correct. It's gonna take damage here, unfortunately. Come on. Come on. Wow. You gave me that slow cycle I hadn't seen in forever, twice in a row. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Hello, question mark. Nice to meet you. There you go.
I've been waiting for this.
There it is.
Lisa, back me up.
Let's see if we can cap out our lives here. Nice, there we go. And also, the boss fight doesn't end this stage. Not too much more to go. There we go.
We got out in one piece. I know just.
Excuse me.
Got time for a quick donation here?
Absolutely. I'm gonna grab a drink again.
Found it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have $20 from Dieting Hippo, who says, I wasn't fast enough to catch the extremely fast Kitsune Tails run, so here's $20 to make up for it. Thank you very much for that donation. That puts us, again, another $20 towards another video, so thank you for that.
Yes, and of course, we're going to have lots of all of the runs, so make sure you check that out after the event, because Kitsune Tails is absolutely fantastic. I like checking out that run every time you see it on the schedule.
Yep, it was a beautiful run. Loved it.
Yeah. This stage is by far and away the longest stage in this game. That big boss that we're going to be chipping away at, we're going to see him what's going to feel like about 2,000 times during the stage before we finally take him out. We're going to find every nook and cranny that this facility has to offer. And whatever these little zombies are that make all that noise, oh my goodness, I honestly think they're the worst thing to try to fight in this game, because they move around so much. They move around so much, I am pretty sure that they are the sole reason why in the options menu there is an option specifically for how much the words are allowed to move around on the screen. And if you leave that on the normal setting, which we're very much not on the normal setting, we're on a very slow moving setting for those. If you leave them on the average, there's just typical setting, they're just flashing around. I don't know how you're supposed to pick up on the words before they're already in your face and smacking you. Sometimes I don't catch it until they're already hitting me. And the word's as big as it can be, and it's just not moving because they're in my face. There's nowhere for them to go. They have to come at me to hit me. They're so fast. So thankfully we can turn on the difficulty settings specifically for them. It's the hardest thing in the entire run to fight. Because everything else, at least the word I'm trying to hit is right there on the screen. I can see it. I might not type it well. I might not be typing well at all that run, but at least I know what I'm typing. And for those little guys, very much sometimes have no idea what I'm hitting, supposed to be typing. And I'm just hoping I'm finding the right keys. Ooh.
You just don't give up, do ya?
I mean, you seem to be handling this fairly smoothly from my end.
Yeah, I've been warming up most of the day. It's the other way around, but we were at the cap anyway. So if I got the extra life there, I would have just gotten some points. I think like a whopping 1,000 points. Which I guess I could also talk about. If you're wondering why I've talked so much about picking up all these extra lives, it's because for quite a while when I was speedrunning this game, there was no way to turn on free play mode. You have to unlock free play mode. So if you wanted to do a speedrun of story mode, you had 3 credits to work with. You either had 3 credits or 1 credit. Those are your options, and that's it. And I could get all the way to the final boss on 1 credit if I wanted to, but you know, with just 3 credits, sometimes the final boss will be very, very close. Very tense final fight with just the 1 or just the 3 credits, which is why I keep thinking about my life count being important. But now we've managed to, or at least I've got a save file up on the speedrun.com leaderboard for this game with everything unlocked, including free play mode. So it's not such a pressing issue. But if you're going to be eating credits, you still want as many lives as possible. You don't have to eat as many credits because it does cost time every time you have to use a continue anyway. Yeah, we're still not done with this boss. We're going to see it, I think, at least 2 more times after we leave this room. That pink medicine, the 3rd item on my list there is invincibility, temporary invincibility. So if I can, like to do it for the next chapter. But if I do lose all my lives, I also lose all of my items. So if it starts getting close to I'm down to my last life or 2, we're gonna start throwing out items just so I don't use them for nothing. But I want to hold on to them as long as I can.
Lisa, back me up.
Plus 3, not even 1,000 points for that. Wow. 300 points for the extra life when you're at the cap.
Let's hurry.
I think this is the final hallway, finally.
Just back off already.
Right? One more cycle. Finally, finally, finally.
GG, that took a bit, but you made it.
And now we're on to the final stage. And as I said at the top of the run, Maybe it's because that last boss, you know, it kind of slows things down a little bit. It's going to be huge spike in difficulty here. Just going to have a ton of zombies here on this little bridge. Come on. Alright, now we're on the elevator.
Need to find a way to go faster.
I've been saying that the whole run. We need to find a way to go faster. Y'all could run faster. See, and right there, that first zombie there, the world was already red when it popped up. So if I was playing on light gun and it took me that long to shoot it once it was on the screen, I would have been getting hit. But I was able to get a head start on it, playing on keyboard. There we go. We must send. There we go. Come on. Go the other way. Like, he looks to the right and says it's a dead end there, and there's a door to the left. Just go to the left.
Wait.
You don't have to point out it's a dead end. I'm on the clock here. Let's go.
Get back. I'm not here to fight.
Whoa. Yeah, this guy's gonna get a couple of times. Can't quite make out what he's saying there. I never really realized he was kind of trash talking there a little bit, it sounded like, but I couldn't make out everything he was saying.
Did you understand most of that? Because I can't read Japanese.
Oh, I can't read any of the Japanese, but the voice acting is in English. And that zombie was saying something in English. I just couldn't quite make it out over all the gunfire.
Over all the bullets flying back and forth. Yep. I've got another donation here if you have time.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've got $10 from Echo Tree, who says, "Good luck, Sushi, and all our future runners. Sending in $10 for my favorite witchy costume and a wonderful cause." So thank you for your donation, Echo. That $10, like you said, goes towards the witch character in our Dicey Dungeons character Bid War. Dicey Dungeons is the run right after this, so you don't have that much time if you want to determine which character our runner plays for Dicey Dungeons. So which is in first place with $13, and in second place, 8 for 5, and third is Warrior. So you have those three options. If you want to influence which character you want to see run, now's the time to donate.
Absolutely, because we're in the last hallway here. I'm pretty sure until we see the final boss. It's almost going to take a little bit of time, but not that long. So if you want to get any donations in for that poll, you really do want to get those in sooner, because you're not going to be able to later.
Yep, that ends right as the, before the run starts. So again, it's just this run and then the very next one.
I've been waiting for this time to come.
So how far away are we from the end here?
We're zoning into Final Fantasy 11, zoning into the final boss fight now. This is our final boss fight here.
I shall destroy everything and resurrect.
And this is a 3-4 phase fight. But kind of the same thing at the, well, let me get through the intro here. And those 2 life meters I was talking about at the top, those are going to be important. If I don't deal enough chip damage to take out that red meter on the bottom, we are not making progress. So I could hit 3 of the 4 words. It's not going to do anything. I got to hit all 4 words on the screen for that particular cycle we were just looking at, or we're not going to be getting anywhere. If it's 2 waves of 4, I got to hit all 8 of them, or we're making absolutely no progress despite how many words I may be typing. So there's a chance we get stuck in a bit of a loop here. If I'm at 99% of the speed I need to be at, rather than 100% of the speed, you can get stuck here for a little bit. Which is why I'm stuck. I was trying to stock up on as many wave clearing items as I can. We're off to a pretty good start here. And at the start, you can see again, I can pick what genre we're going to be working with. Hobie is quick to type, and it seems to give some pretty short words to work with. So I tend to stick with that. At some point, though, it's going to take the option of choosing away from me. There we go. Another wave. That sounded like the end of the first phase. Right, so we're kind of on the same thing, but I don't get to pick the genre. So it picks the genre. It picked the worst genre because you see it's got to spin, but it only knows how to spin clockwise. So it was the longest spin on the board there, unfortunately. There we go. Ooh, couldn't find the I key for a second. Come on. No change. So fastest cycle we could get there. That's always good. Swing at me, come on. Good. We're off to a good start. And eventually all those monitors in the back are going to get involved at some point here, and those are where all of my targets are going to come from, behind the monitors. They might be there. So on this side, I can make absolutely no progress against the boss. The only thing I can do is make a mistake and take damage. I have to type that long phrase out, or I'm not dealing boss damage. And we're just gonna go back and forth. And I'm good on items. I need to start popping some of these items. I got nothing else to use them on right now. Oh, I can't use them here. Oh, it's been so long since I've had items this long, I forgot I can't use them. the longer words here. That's okay. Oh, I forgot I can't use them on the last vids. I have to use those early. I'm not usually doing that well with my item inventory. I have been playing on a higher difficulty setting for practice. We're coming up on time here after 3 more questions here. I've been playing on a higher difficulty setting most of the week, kind of by accident. But man, it turned into a really good run for that, so I should probably just keep practicing that way. This is gonna be the last question, so when I finish typing this word, we're gonna be at time. That's time. And that is on my splits that you can't see. RTA is 3457, which is very much PB for me, RTA. This is a game that uses the in-game timer for the leaderboards. So let me... I know we are on the clock. I don't want to sit here too long. The clock, the in-game timer ID is not too far into this unskippable cutscene. I'm trying to mash through regardless of the fact that it's not a skippable cutscene. Evil Pepsi Man's gonna blow up here. We have saved the world. There's our monkey tail that you donated for with the poll. There is our monkey tail, by the way.
I'm no longer bound by the past. I begin walking toward the future.
Hey, let's go. They're waiting
Everybody's
for
got
us.
monkey tails. Here we go. And through time of 30:15, I have no idea what that is. I don't have the leaderboard pulled up. But I will definitely check after the run.
Thanks.
Because that felt really good. I haven't had that game go that well for me in quite a while. So I'm very happy with that run. And I know we're up against it. So thank you very much for inviting me. I will be back tomorrow to play some Earthgun. And I hope it goes half as well as this one did. I mean, good luck to all the runners and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
The rest is up to them, to believe in themselves and walk their own paths.
Believe in themselves, huh?